I never know when this is recording. I never know when it starts recording. I wanted to talk to you guys. Just want to say hi. I haven't made a video in a while, but very excited about the meditation this Wednesday, April 22nd. Again, it's at 3 p.m. This video is about Allegory of the Cave, or Plato's Allegory of the Cave. I seen the book on my boss's desk while I was at work, and then later that day, this is a couple days ago. Later that day, I was watching a YouTube video on Power of the Mind, and they actually brought up Allegory of the Cave. And so for me, it's been, in a nutshell, it talks about when you're living in a cave, or the person that's living in the cave, they see shadows, and because that's all they see and that's all they experience, that becomes the reality. The shadows become real. It's not until they step outside of the cave that the real world is illuminated, so to speak. And you could kind of look at that with the Matrix as well. But for me, it highlighted the way that I look at people. Try not to judge people, but unfortunately, you have like a first impression of people. And there's many people, a couple people in particular at work, that at our first meeting, I didn't really like them. They had irrespective of how they thought about me, I just perceived kind of this offstandish personality. Didn't really connect with them, and just thought, it's not someone that I really wanted to talk with. They weren't mean or anything. It's just, I didn't vibe with them, so to speak. A few months down the road, you start to talk with them, you start to listen, and you start to, have conversations with them. And then all of a sudden you have a better understanding of them. So for me, it was on a small scale of, my perception of what was real was this person, and this reality was this way. But then once I actually got more information or a better understanding, and I had that sort of mental transformation, it was like I stepped outside of the cave, because my world did change. My world changed in a way that now at least that one person in the world was completely different. So the world that I knew was never the same again from that point moving forward. And then it got me thinking even more, if I could be wrong about that person, again, not trying to judge, but first impressions. If you can have a transformation of understanding and thought about someone else, who's to say that any of your relationships that you've made thus far are even accurate? And so it just gets me thinking also about the April 22nd meditation. When I'm inside the cave, there's a point in my life, growing up, that I just think life happens to me, and it's just random chance and circumstance. And, you try to be the best type of version of you that you can be, but life just kind of happens, and it depends how you react to it. And even though that is true, that it depends on how you react to something, like when my dad passed away, it could have been anything, or when my mom got news that she was sick at the time. It's how do you react to that? Because of course you're not going to wish that on anybody. But that being said, as I grew as a person, and I became more aware of different knowledge, I understood that my inner state was affecting the outer state of reality. So in that respect, on that level, I was exiting the cave. But for me, every time you exit the cave and you see the real world, that real world, then it becomes the next cave. And so what you define as real in that reality become the shadows, because if you don't continue to progress yourself, or challenge yourself to change your perception or awareness, then that will become what your reality is. And I think there's always a deeper and deeper level, or a higher and higher understanding of which you can progress through. So how it pertains to the April 22nd meditation, it inspired me. It got me excited. I'm so excited that this meditation is going to be the most powerful meditation I've ever been a part of. And that's because I'm starting to understand more and more the intent of the individual, and how it affects the outside world. I'm understanding, not only the things happen around you, but now that, the archetypal plane of idea and thought, and how it goes through to kind of inspiration and desire, and into imagination. And then from that imagination coupled with emotion, all of those things come together, and they condense down into the physical plane of manifestation, which is represented in the tree of life, the quadrants, so to speak, of the trees of life. And then at the same time, it gets me excited because I was watching Disney Plus, and Disney Plus on there is called Brain Games. They have eight seasons of it, and if you've ever seen it, I watched the first episode last night. The guy was talking about mirror neurons, and so he said the simple act of observing somebody doing something, your brain doesn't even know that you're observing it; it thinks you're doing it, and so you can have the same sensations. And so to me, that was kind of it wasn't evidence, but it made me think that okay, well then when we're observing stuff in the world, if we can choose what we put our attention to, what we listen to, what we look at, that's what we're going to be observing. Our mirror neurons, which they're starting to find out about, are going to make us think that we're doing the same thing. So if we could focus on peace together and the intent of peace, our bodies and our brains will start to manifest and believe that we're living in a reality of peace, and so that's exciting. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I want to try to make a quick video. I love you guys. There's so many more things I could talk about, but really hope that you guys have a great day. I really look forward to this meditation on the 22nd. Have a great day. Go LeBron James. He's the GOAT. I know Michael Jordan had his documentary out. For me, I'm the GOAT. Not I'm the GOAT. LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. Michael Jordan went 5-19, man, in Game 6 against the Supersonics in 1996 NBA Finals. 5-19. He was 10-11 from free throw line. So, I mean, come on, dude. That's almost 25% field goal percentage. But, he's allowed to have those games because he's Michael Jordan. LeBron never is. Go LeBron James. Go Lakers. Love you guys. See you later.